Okay, welcome back folks for an update on the Sea REEFER 750 XXL. It's been a few weeks since I last upload. Apologies for that. I did plan to do a update every week or a video of some kind every week. It's just that life, things get in the way. My mum's been in hospital and yeah, it's been pretty stressy. So anyway, we're back. What, from one stress to another. If you've been following the videos, you'll know all about the issues I've had with marine white spot, crypto carrion. So anyway, we've just come off of the copper treatment. That was very successful. We've done a couple of weeks of cupramine from Sea Chem. Cleared the fish completely, all seem much happier. And yeah, so it's a stressful time. I think we've got on top of it. I think there'll always be a bit of white spot in this system because once you've got it, unless you go fallow, it's going to be a case of keeping the fish well fed, happy, and if they're happy, it shouldn't be a problem. They should ward it off themselves. The only fish I've got in here that's a bit of an issue is this Pacific blue tang, which is, yeah, typical tangs. They are very susceptible to getting white spot, and yeah, as long as we can keep them healthy, anyway, we just see what happens. Basically, like I say, from one stress to another, after we've just got on top of that, this is what happened. So I work in the evenings, I usually get home around 9, and Jaws has been learning, his behaviour's been changing. Obviously it's a new environment for him, a young puffer fish, and he has been used to getting fed sort of 2 or 3 times a day at certain times. Now one of the times is at 9 in the evening when directly I get back from work. The first thing I do is I come in, I don't do anything but I go straight to the freezer or get the food ready, and he gets fed, and he's got used to that. From 9 o'clock, he knows. Directly I come in, directly I walk past into the kitchen, he's getting really excited in that corner where he is now, swimming up and down, he just knows when his food's going in. Anyway, so this particular night, I didn't finish work till really late. It was nearly 11 o'clock, it was like 10 to 11. I come in, I was tired, I was hungry. I thought, sod the fish, I'm going to eat my food first. So I'm out in the kitchen, just dishing up the Chinese, and I can hear him sort of splashing around, sort of up and down that corner. And all I heard was a splash and a thud. And you know what I'm going to say? Holy! I come out, so what the hell is that? So I come from the kitchen, straight in. Jaws is on the floor, on the carpet, just looking up at me like this, just looking up. Panic, obviously. What the heck? So straight back out to the kitchen, got a beaker, straight back in, flipped him into the beaker and chucked him back in. Obviously heart going. He swam into the rocks and then came straight back up again into the corner as if nothing had happened at all, saying, yeah, so I still want feeding. So, oh my God. So this is going to be another issue. Open top tank, excitable puffer fish, he's going to keep jumping out. So I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to put some sort of lid on the tank. I love the look of this rimless look, braceless look tank. It's something I didn't want to have to do. Anyway, that was a few weeks back, and he hasn't done it since. His behaviour is changing as he's getting bigger. He is, as you can see, very, very excitable. You go to the tank, he follows me everywhere, but he's not quite so excitable up and down in this corner. It hasn't happened since. I don't think it will happen again, but you know, it's just something we're going to have to monitor and see as he gets bigger, whether that's going to be an issue or not. I mean, if he does it again, that will seal it. I'll have to put one of these reef tops on, which I don't want to have to do. I don't like the look of them, but if it's going to serve a purpose, stop them jumping out, then that's what we're going to have to do. But yeah, fingers crossed he doesn't do it again. But we're going to say time will tell. So yeah, since then we've just been keeping a close look, a close eye on the white spot issue. There's been no other white spots. Blue tang, I think I spotted one or two, but they've gone. You can have that; they can come up and then they can go. As long as the fish is healthy, it can ward off these white spot parasites. So we're just fingers crossed that it's gonna stay okay. I know that worst case scenario, we'd have an explosion again. I don't think we're gonna. You never know. We can always do what we've done, and we can treat with copper and clear out the system. I don't have to be doing that too often, obviously, because copper is not good for fish. It's quite intoxicating for them. But say it's not a reef tank, at least I know I can go down that road. I don't know if you've noticed, I have introduced a new addition. It's a fish that I've wanted from day one for this tank, and it is a clown trigger. It's been in quarantine for a long time at All Things Aquatic. They've had him a few months now, and he's grown loads. Since when I first went to see him, he was tiny, and since then he's grown loads and his markings are starting to change. He went in 2 days ago, Saturday, a couple of 3 days ago, settled in really well, super confident, no aggression towards the other fish. The other fish don't seem bothered by him, doesn't seem to be any stress because he's gone in at all, which is good. That's always a worry when you put new fish in. Is it going to create loads more stress, and boom, your white spot pops its head up again and can be a problem. But no, so far, touch wood, so good. So what I do is I usually get the camera off the tripod and give you a close look. And fish are acting a little bit weird because usually the lights aren't on this early in the day, and I've covered the window up with stuff to stop the reflection so you can see the tank a bit better. But yeah, what I'm going to be doing in this video, hopefully I'm going to be, I know I say this every video, but I am going to try and do a video upload every week or every other week on a specific subject. I've got loads to cover, loads of exciting things for you to watch. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is, like I said in the last upload, about a voucher giveaway to All Things Aquatic in Hawkhurst. Now, if you live in the East Sussex area or Sussex area, and you know the shop, it's in Hawkhurst, this voucher giveaway is only going to be for you guys, really. There's no good me giving it. Most of my viewers, a lot of my viewers from overseas, and obviously there's lots of people in the UK that are viewing this channel, but it's only going to be of use to people that are living down this area and that can visit the shop and make use of the voucher. So it's only going to be for you guys. It'd be really good for me to know how many of you people that are viewing the channel are from this area, from the Sussex area. So what I want you to do is just chuck a comment in the box below on this video. Just put your name and whereabouts you're from. And what I'm going to do is just going to random pick out. I mean, I don't think there's probably many of you in this area, maybe a handful. I don't know. It's just be a good gauge for me to see how many of you guys from this area are watching the channel. So just put your name, where you're from, and what I'll do is I'll pick out at random someone, and I'll private message you on YouTube and send you my number. And just send me through your address, and I'll pop it straight, first class post, straight in the post for you. And if that's successful and we get sort of a good response from that, what we're going to do is we're going to do more vouchers on a regular basis. so watch out for that. So yeah, just chuck your name in the bottom, in the comments box below, your name, where you're from, whatever comment you want, and we'll do a random pick out for the voucher. What's going on here? A bit of drama here, the puffer. Anyway, I'll get the camera off the tripod, do a quick show around what's been going on, a few changes in the sump, and we'll go from there. Okay. Spare me 2 secs, just push pause. Okay. So this is our new addition, the clown trigger. Now, these fish are notorious for being extremely aggressive, especially when they're fully grown adults. This is a little baby, it hasn't got its full markings yet. It will change and the spots will move down to its belly, and yeah, they do change quite a bit and the fins go darker. But this is a really good example. Seems to be quite friendly. Now these fish are usually fine if they're brought up with other tank mates. It's only an issue when they're big and they're introduced to a new tank. They can cause absolute havoc. But he's eating really well. He's got a really good appetite. And it's settled in nicely. What I do plan to do is create a lot more hiding spaces in this tank. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but as they get bigger, they're going to want their own sort of bigger sort of territories and areas to sleep at night. So that's something I'm working on at the moment. Jaws he's got a ferocious appetite, and he has grown. Well, I don't know if you can see from the last update to this one, he's grown loads. He's almost doubled in size in a short space of time I've had him. Great character. Wherever I go, he follows me around. So the tangs are fine, apart from the blue tang. He's some days he acts weird, flicking around as if white spot's gonna come. Please ignore my dogs, by the way, the postman's due. Yeah, blue tang, sometimes he flicks around but behaves weirdly as if he's going to outbreak with loads of white spots. We'll see. Emperor doing good, grown loads. Typical. You can try and film and they all hide away. Okay, quickly show you down the sump. Now, an issue I've had is, because this is quite and going to be such a high biological load tank with huge fish down in the sump. The main issue is I've been using the Red Seas filter socks that come with the system, and they're 225 mesh filter socks, and what I notice is you're getting a lot of detritus build up in this skimmer section, sort of like a layer of detritus building up everywhere, and it's because the mesh socks, as good as they are for cleaning, they don't stop everything. They do let detritus through still, and that for me is a bit of an issue, because we want to try and get the nitrates as low as possible, and with lots of detritus being accumulating in the sump, that's not a good thing. So I've been experimenting with filter floss on top of the filter socks on this section here, and I decided that let's try and do the filter cup, the beaker modification, which is what, as you can see, I've done here, and filter floss in the cups. So we've eliminated the socks completely. So yeah, I'm just experimenting with that at the moment. The issue might be that if they're going to overfill very quickly, every day, that's going to be an issue. But let's say the filter sock mod I done on Sunday, which is a couple of days ago, and it's not overfilling yet, but we're just sort of experimenting with different methods of what we're going to do there. Skimmer doing good. Apart from when I'm dosing heavy no-pox, it does really thicken up this foam and sometimes push the lid, which is really annoying. This is my no-pox in a syringe, 100ml syringe there. When we come off the copper and back on with no-pox, well, before I started that, I thought after the copper treatment, let's do a nitrate test. My nitrates have never gone above 20 ppm, but because I hadn't been dosing no-pox for like 2-3 weeks, and obviously heavy feeding, the nitrates went through the roof. I tested at 100 ppm plus on Salifert test kit. I was like, oh my god. Okay, so UV was back on, no-pox back on, 20ml a day no-pox, and we managed to get nitrate down to 15 ppm inside about 9 days. But skimmer does really cause some problems with the lid. The foam really thickens up, obviously because of the no-pox going in. We've just come off a no-pox actually, just to sort of calm the skimmer down a little bit, and we'll see how we go. We're at 15 ppm nitrate, 0 phosphate, which, for a heavily fed fish only system, that's really good. If I could keep that out at 15 ppm, I'll be happy as Larry. But it's just getting fine tuning the no-pox, so that we can keep the nutrients down. We'll see how we go. So it's an ongoing experiment. So as the fish are getting larger, it'll be very interesting to see what we can keep the nitrates and phosphates at. So we've not got any algae in here, or a lot of not to the level of being a problem at all. Anyway, there's a little bit of green spots on the rock, which you'll get that, but there's no green hair algae. Or the back wall I've stopped cleaning, and it seems to have stayed clear. We've got a little bit of diatoms in the middle. Again, not a problem. That should clear over the next few months. So the tank's been running 6 months now, and we've not done one water change, thanks to no-pox. All parameters are really good. I'll run through parameters. It's going to be a separate video on what I run the parameters at. But yeah, so far so good. These fish are going to get huge. It's quite difficult really to know what to stock next and what else I'm going to put in. I'm not going to go much more in the numbers of fish. Because they're all going to end up huge. Although it's a big tank, it's not that big, considering that the species of fish will get very, very large. Especially jaws. I just got a feeling this fish is going to end up being an absolute monster. Just hope you don't get too big for the tank. Anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up, folks. Remember, all things aquatic, £10 voucher. Just put your name in the description, in the comments box below, name and where you're from, a message, whatever you want to put in there, and I'll get back straight to you. We'll do just a random pick out, and I'll send the voucher straight out to you. Okay, till next time, folks. See you in the next one.